These are the Snowy Mountains, one of the most spectacular regions of Australia. It's also the catchment area for the Snowy Mountains hydroelectric scheme, which provides peak load electric power for homes and industry, as well as water for irrigation. Since the scheme's inception, the snow which falls on the slopes of these mountains has made a vital economic contribution to Australia, enabling the hydroelectric scheme to supply clean power without greenhouse gas emissions. The scheme is one of the most significant engineering achievements in Australia's history, and it's one of the nation's major assets. It remains one of the most complex hydroelectric schemes in the world. In recent years, the Snowy Mountains Hydroelectric Authority and the Snowy Mountains Council have been looking at ways in which the return on the investment in the scheme can be improved. One way is to increase the available water through cloud seeding. A 6-year trial program of seeding has been proposed, and the project is to be called the Snowy Precipitation Enhancement Project. Now, cloud seeding is not new technology. It's been used successfully both overseas and in Australia, where it has been operating in Tasmania since 1964 and in Victoria since 1988. The principles of cloud seeding are relatively simple. Clouds can be seeded to produce either rain or snow, depending on the climatic conditions. To produce snow, microscopic silver iodide particles are introduced into very cold air, encouraging the moisture to freeze around the particles and to fall as snow. But for this to occur, the crucial factor is the presence of supercooled water within the cloud. Winter cloud systems, which form when passing over the Snowy Mountains, have an abundance of water vapour suitable for precipitation as snow. The mountain ranges cause the clouds to rise and cool. Where there are enough of the right kind of particle present, the water droplets grow and fall as snowflakes. Once past the mountains, the clouds descend and warm up and are no longer suitable for seeding. Most of the water vapour remains in the clouds as they move out to sea. It's not a matter of stealing someone else's water. However, as part of the trials, rainfall downwind of the mountains will be monitored. It's expected that an average annual increase of 10% in the snowpack will result. Microscopic silver iodide particles will be dispensed using ground-based propane-powered generators. There'll be 16 generator sites spread 4 kilometres apart along the western side of the mountains. These will not be permanent installations, but they'll be set up for winter periods, and no ground clearing or earthworks are planned for their installation. No generators will be placed within wilderness areas, and while the project will involve sampling of snow from sites within wilderness areas, these will be accessed as necessary, but by helicopter, to minimise disturbance. There is a cloud seeding verification process which analyses the snow. Separate seeding generators dispense 2 chemicals into the clouds: silver iodide, which is the seeding agent, and indium oxide, which, although similar, is not a seeding agent. Equal amounts of silver and indium atoms will be released. The same amounts of silver iodide and indium oxide will be captured by falling snow. But some of the snow will contain extra silver iodide as a result of seeding, and a snow sample will therefore contain more silver than indium, and this difference will indicate the amount of seeded snow. Like other metals, silver can be toxic in large quantities, but the amount to be released in each year of the trial is at levels of parts per trillion, well within New South Wales water quality criteria. Because the Snowy scheme was well designed in the first place, there's little scope for increasing the collection of water by expanding the number of aqueducts or dams. However, the existing dams and power stations are easily capable of handling an increase in the amount of water collected from the existing catchment. The authority has conducted extensive research into the feasibility of the project, including a study with the CSIRO using several decades of data and comprehensive field investigations led by international experts in 1988 and 89. These studies concluded that the Snowy is ideal for winter cloud seeding. Meteorological research has shown natural variations in the level of the snowpack of as much as 300% from year to year, so the 10% increase anticipated as a result of the program is well within natural limits. This 10% increase translates to an increase in snow cover for an extra 3 or 4 days per year, and will not have a significant impact on vegetation, wildlife or soil erosion. The guiding principle of this seeding trial is not so much to create more snow than normally falls in a good year. It is to enable snow levels in poor years to be supplemented so that the efficiency of the scheme is at its peak. If, however, high snowpack conditions do occur naturally during the period of the program, then seeding will stop, so the program will not result in any abnormal snow conditions. Extensive monitoring will continue over the life of the trial, measuring concentrations of silver and indium in the water and the soil, as well as surface litter, and any effects on vegetation. If levels of silver detected in the soil or water rise above the expected small amounts, then the seeding will be suspended. The scheme has been managed with sensitivity for many years. Maintenance and monitoring are undertaken to preserve the environment, and all activities are planned to minimise the effects on this beautiful region. Apart from the importance of this area, there are clear environmental benefits to the nation and the world in increasing the output of the scheme to provide clean power and water, rather than building new fossil-fuelled power stations. The Snowy has been producing clean, cheap power from water for over 30 years, and by increasing its effectiveness, it will continue to contribute to reducing Australia's dependence on fossil fuels. This 6-year cloud seeding trial is one part of the Snowy's ongoing efforts to provide for the economic needs of the nation while caring for the environment.